Hey, this is Hunter, and this is my IACL Season 2, no, I mean Season 3, Week 2, against King, a good friend of mine. I have not battled him in so long in League format since Season 1, so this was pretty dang exciting for me, because I've been wanting to battle him for a while now. So I'm starting 1-0 plus 3 differential. He started off the season 0-1 plus 2 differential, I believe, or minus 2 differential. So, and he's an in-division rival, so winning this game would mean so much for me. It'd be so big for me. And as you can see, look at his team, look at my team. What do you see? Well, clearly I brought my rain team. He has some weird team. I don't know how to explain it. And I guess I should go into... Oh, what did I predict? That too. I predicted Mega Venusaur, I predicted Volcanion, I predicted Bronzong, I predicted... What did I predict? Hitmonlee, I predicted Hydreigon? Question mark? I think I did. Mandibuzz and Electros, I think. No, that was too many. Okay, I got the Bronzong, Volcanion, Venusaur. No Hitmonlee. I did expect Electros, I think. Yeah, I expected Electros, which didn't come. And Mandibuzz. So I got half of his team right, which kind of sucks. As you can see over here in the chat, he says, no Terrakion. Hello, what is this? I'm just like, yeah, well, okay, so I'll explain that in the team builder, actually. Let's just start with the battle. So he leads off with Dugtrio. I lead off with Noivern. It's an easy lead for me. I'm looking at his team. Nothing, in theory, should be faster than Noivern, unless that's Choice Scarf Hydreigon, or Choice Scarf Dugtrio, or Choice Scarf... No, I don't even think Choice Scarf Diancie outspeeds me. Yeah, nothing should be able to outspeed me. Maybe Choice Scarf Volcanion. That's about it. So it was easy switch lead, and as you can see, I frisk his Life Orb, so that's great. And I didn't expect him to stay in and just lose this Dugtrio turn 1, so I do go for the U-turn here. Now, what I think he was expecting was a Politoed Drizzle lead, which seems like a decent lead, I guess. It makes sense to expect that. And then I guess he wanted to get rid of as quickly as possible. So yeah, I'm not blaming him with that lead. I go into my especially offensive modest Mega Swampert here. Yeah, you heard me right, specially offensive. It has base 95 special attack, okay? With my cringy nickname, they're all blank. They're like flaming me for it. But the reason I went with this nickname is because I don't want to use Flame's nickname of Popeye or Brian's nickname of Anchor Arm, so I just went with this nickname because I didn't know what else. Plus, he looks like he's yelling his Mega Form. And here, I go for the Earth Power because I'm looking at his team and I'm like, well, 4 things don't want to catch an Earth Power. And going for Earth Power, if he goes into Hydreigon, I have a switch in, being Clefable or Politoed, either one. And if he goes into Bronzong, well, actually, I didn't see Bronzong. so I went for Earth Power because I forgot Bronzong existed. That was a bad play on my part, I think. However, I do in fact I can trap this. Getting rid of this or the Mega Venusaur was Gothitel's main purpose. Well, it's mainly for the Mega Venusaur, but getting rid of this is also a plus, since I brought Dark Pulse. And because of my special attack investment, it's doing a lot more than I think. He's a Heavy Slam variant, so that has 16 PP, meaning I can't stall it out, really. I mean, in theory I could've, but I don't want this to be a remake of Week 1. Because he goes for Protect. That was a bad play, because he was in 2 KO in range anyway, so Protect was really pointless and bad play on his part. I don't know why it was Protect to begin with, actually. Oh, to stall our rain, I guess. That makes sense. But yeah, I disagree with the Protect play. I would have been in lower range and I would have Like, you'll see later. So I don't get the flinch here, which sucks, meaning this isn't gonna be as great for Mega Venusaur as it could have been. And I could have just rested or psychicked here, but it's whatever. Taunted, even. He goes into Zack and Wheezy. I can't stay in yet, or I don't want to stay in yet. So I go into my Politoed. It's especially defensive. It can set up the rain. I'm Jump Rock too, so more rain turns. He goes, however, into this monster, and I decide, well, God the Tell's main purpose was this thing, and so it wouldn't matter if I sack it here then to this Mega Venusaur. I found out, however, he's physically offensive, which I was not prepped for. So, whoops, that's unfortunate. I do, however, go into my Noivern. And 100% accurate. Oh no, Venusaur. Oh no. Well, 100% accurate Hurricane, Specs, Noivern, Stab. That's gonna be nice. Not that I need the rain to hit. His switch in is especially defensive Diancie, which I actually didn't mention, but I found out especially defensive from the U-turn damage from the Noivern from before. From turn 1, I think. Oops. But regardless, look how much... Oh wait, no, I U-turn here, didn't I? No, I Hurricane. Look how much this Hurricane does. Since he's not lefties, that actually does a hefty amount. Considering it's resisted and all that, and it's especially offensive. And then he pulls out the Trick Room. And I'm thinking to myself, holy crap. So I go into my Clefable. Now, something about my Clefable that one probably wouldn't know is that, or you would probably not guess this, but minus speed Clefable, min speed, like minimum speed possible. Reason being, not because I expected Trick Room, but because I wanted to set up on a Gyro Balling Bronzong. That was my goal here. So I pull out Cosmic Power since I know he's physically offensive. So gotta get that defense increase. Trick Room is running out in a few turns. And as you can see, pulls out the Sword Stance. That was unfortunate because I am not unaware. I Soft Foil here just to stall out one last thing of Trick Room. Stall out the last one. And the Rain turn. So then I can go sack my Politoed while getting up the Rain. And etc. Now this turn right here. Okay. This turn is huge. There's so many things that could go wrong for me if, like, this is a win. This is a winning turn, basically. Whoever gets this play right here wins the game, you could say. Not wins, but the game is a lot more in their favor. So say I stay in and Hurricane. Okay, there's 4 possible things that can happen. First one, I stay in, I Hurricane, he switches out into Diancie and takes a Hurricane. Second one, I U-turn as he goes into Diancie and I go into my Mega Swampert. Third thing, I stay in and Hurricane on, and he stays in and loses his Mega Venusaur, which is a huge threat to my team. Fourth thing is I stay in and U-turn and he stays in and I lose something. Those are the 3 possibilities that can happen. And if, depending if I get my play right here, I can in fact win the game. Now the reason me U-turning and him going into Diancie is a bad thing is because if I get into my Mega Swampert, I basically get a kill. Cause here's the thing, since the rain just got set up, there's like 6 turns left by the time Mega Swampert comes in on Diancie, or 7 turns, something like that. And he doesn't want his Mega Venusaur getting damaged because it creates an opening for Kabutops and Clefable to win the game. And if he would have to sack Volcanion or Dugtrio, and predicting around with Hydreigon won't really end well because I'm Ice Beams up. And since I'm really heavily invested in health and HP, his Hydreigon won't be able to kill me, or in theory it shouldn't. I didn't do any calcs. But yeah, so there's a lot of things that could go bad for him. Because damage on Mega Venusaur is great damage. And as you can see, Noivern here is just pow pow. Now, if he does lose this Mega Venusaur, it does give me a chance to sweep with Clefable or Kabutops. Or even Mega Swampert. It would make things so much easier. He stays in, takes the Hurricane, predicting U-turn. And that's huge. That was huge. He goes into Diancie. I know it's a Trick Room set. And he sets up the Trick Room for me. And since I'm min speed, that's great. I do go for the Calm Mind, right? I'm a Calm Mind Stored Power set. Or not Stored Power. I was Calm Mind Cosmic Power. With Moonblast and Soft Boil. I'm not Stored Power because that'd be bad. Because he has it at Dragon. I keep setting up Calm Minds. No reason not to. Especially since I'm in the Trick Room. Plus the rain is up, so it'd be kind of bad if he got a... Like, he's doing more damage than I'd like. There's also the chance of him critting. So that's always good. And thankfully I'm Magic Guard here. So the whole burn thing won't be a big deal. But yeah, as you can see, I Soft Boil. At this point, all it is a bunch of Calm Minding. Hold on, I need to pause. Okay, so I'm Calm Minding. He needs a crit to win. However, I'm just gonna spoil it. He doesn't get the crit. He loses here. I set up 2 Cosmic Powers so then I don't take... Dugtrio doesn't hurt me as much. And just Clefable just goes. Plus, Cosmic Power, the defense was also for a possible explosion or Diamond Storming the thing over here, Diancie. So let's look at the team. Oh, by the way, this ain't the first time King got swept by Clefable. It's also funny that he had 3 Clefable checks and he still lost. He lost his 2 main ones, really. The 2 that can actually hit it super effectively. So let's look at the team. I had specially defensive Politoed. I considered a Water Absorb again for Volcanion. However, I thought about it and Rain was really good against his team. His main check for Rain being Mega Venusaur, which I did indeed have a Gothitelle for. Now you probably saw that Gothitelle set for a second, but I'll explain that later. Ice Beam because originally this was Seismic Toss, but however, it's not compatible with Drizzle, so I went with Ice Beam just to hit everything, like Bronzong, instead of going something for like Earthquake, which wouldn't hit 4 of his Mons. 3 of which I predicted, 2 of which didn't come. And then Toxic is there for Hydreigon, for Volcanion, for Electros, for Mandibuzz, really. Rest Hawk. This was the main reason I didn't want Scald, is because I didn't want to Rest Hawk Scald a Volcanion his health back. Damprog again for maximum amount of rain turns, especially defensive 8 and speed. Explained. There is nothing really else this thing walled. There's no other purpose other than walling Volcanion, walling Hydreigon to an extent, and setting up rain. So next up is my Gothitelle. Now, the set is kind of weird. Kind of, I guess. Psychic is for Mega Venusaur, and Dark Pulse is for Bronzong. That's like all I need to say, really. Taunt is so then I can possibly prevent rocks from Bronzong and stop a Mega Venusaur from synthesizing on me, or perhaps going for Swords Dance or something ridiculous. Rest is for Resto Chesto because I want to... Sludge Bomb is a 4 KO with the set I have, And so with Resto Chesto, I can just get my health back in case I don't kill with my Psychic. The max HP, because max HP, 80 in special defense makes it so he can't. He 4 KOs me with Sludge Bomb, or he has a really small chance to 3 KO me, like 0.9% chance. And this is enough to outspeed 8 or 20 EVs and speed Mega Venusaur, something like that. And the rest, the leftover EVs I dumped into special attack, which just so happened to be 100 EVs. I think that's all I need to say about the set. Its only purpose was to trap Mega Venusaur and Bronzong for the rest of my team. Noivern, Choice Specs, Frisk. It's a set I love using. Hurricane because rain, Draco Meteor because his switch-in is Diancie and Bronzong. U-turn or Switcheroo because again his switch-ins are walls, so I can Switcheroo them. And then U-turn is for initiative in case I don't want to Switcheroo, but I also just want to get out of there. Want that switch initiative. Enough speed to outspeed a max speed Dugtrio, so then I don't catch a Life Orb Stone Edge. The rest dumped into HP and just 252 in special attack. Next up is Mega Swampert. Now, this is one of the sets I had a hard time with. This one and Clefables. And that's because I was unsure. So, Swampert died, so swim, duh. And then there's Earth Power, Hydro Pump, Ice Beam, which could have been Earthquake, Waterfall, Ice Punch. However, I was indeed afraid of a... What was I afraid of? Oh no, I was expecting physically defensive Bronzong. So I thought, well, if I hit him with a Hydro Pump in the rain for max speed, special attack modest, that probably hurt a lot more than Waterfall would. Even though this thing's physical attack is monstrous, still. I have enough speed to outspeed a Dugtrio, I think? I think that's it. Or maybe Scarf Volcanion, I think that's what I'm outspeeding with this set. In the rain, of course. The rest I dumped it into HP because Draco's... I don't know. Earth Power for Volcanion. It hits Volcanion harder too. Well, no it doesn't. Max Attack Adamant hurts... Earthquake hurts more than Max Special Attack Modest Earth Power. But it has more... If he decides to run more defense EVs to take an Earthquake, he'll be caught off guard by the special attack in Earth Power. So that's always nice, I guess. Hydro Pump for... Oh yeah, Earth Power is... It's mainly for this, and Mega Venusaur. Hydro Pump hits Mandibuzz, Bronzong, Electros, Diancie, Hitmonlee, Cincino, and Dugtrio. And then Ice Beam is for the Hydreigon. And then since I had one less move, I considered Rocks, but I had decided to opt for Rain Dance. In case my Politoed goes down, I have another Rain Setter, which has enough bulk to possibly set up the rain on something. Next up is a Sweeper. Life Orb, Swift Swim, Stone Edge, Waterfall, Knockoff, Swords Dance. So, Stone Edge from a max attack Adamant Life Orb, Kabutops just outright killed everything. Kills Volcanion, Mandibuzz, really hurts Hydreigon and Mega Venusaur. And then there's Electros, and then in the rain, Waterfall. Just these two alone pretty much hit his entire team. I had Knockoff. I should have had Rapid Spin, honestly, but I decided to go for Knockoff instead. I don't know why. And then SD is on the off chance I can set up an SD on Bronzong. Let's see. Max attack Adamant? Yeah, that's self-explanatory. This is enough speed to outspeed a max speed Timid Choice Scarf Hydreigon, and 64 in defense just to take a Gyro Ball or a Heavy Slam better. I think that's all I need to say. Yeah, +2 can sweep him. if I get it up. So, this last one, Clefable. How am I gonna explain this? Well, originally this was Arcanine, then it was Terrakion. Or no, originally it was Redemo, then it became Arcanine, then it became Terrakion, and finally I decided on this monster, which ended up sweeping him, so it wasn't a bad choice. Why though? Why did I decide that? Because... okay, so the three options were Clefable, Terrakion, or Arcanine, and he did in fact predict Terrakion, which did not come. Almost came. The reason I didn't bring Terrakion though is because if he brought Hitmonlee, which I was expecting, I was going to get swept by it. So it really limited me to either Arcanine or Clefable. Now I could have brought Why Not, but just... dude, I don't like playing around Toxic and all that. It's just annoying. Ugh. I'll bring it in eventually. Ugh, that sounded weird. I said like bring it. Okay. So I opted for Clefable because it had a chance to sweep him, and as you see, it did. Because I was planning a sunny day Arcanine, I was like maybe not. Clefable though, if I set up Calm Minds and Cosmic Powers, it would be able to sweep him. Well, that could sweep anyone actually, but yeah, it had a better chance of sweeping him than anything else. It was just like last-ditch effort, kind of. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm just explaining it like that. Because I can set up on a Gyro Balling Bronzong, as you can see, Cosmic Powers. I'm faster than it, but Gyro Ball is still not doing enough to really hurt me. After a couple Calm Minds or Cosmic Powers, and then I start setting Calm Mind after a few Cosmic Powers, and self-boil off damage, and then Moonblast everything at +6 Calm Mind, or +6 special attack. So that's cool. And as you can see, my MVP was indeed Clefable, and I would show the doc right now, however I didn't pull it up before this, which was my bad. But yeah, right now my MVP for this week was Clefable, MVP last week was my Terrakion. Let's see what my MVP will be next week. I'm excited to find out. My next opponent is in fact Josh the Turtwig. He hasn't had his week 2 battle yet, but he's another in-division rival, and if he wins this next battle against Frank, our battle, because look, Frank is he's 0-1, King is now 0-2, and Josh is 1-0, and I'm 2-0. So if Josh beats Frank, my other in-division rival, it's gonna be a 0-2, 2-0-0. It's gonna be 2 and I can't say this. It's gonna be 2 0-2 teams, and it's gonna be 2 2-0 teams. So whoever wins between me and Josh in that situation would end up taking the division and be leading the division. So either way, I still want to beat Josh. I'm having I feel good. I got 2 wins in a row now. This team putting in the work. Not a single win under 2-0 or under 3-0, so that's great. And I have to stop this now because homework and stuff, so goodbye.